guys, my name's Allie and welcome back to my channel, Mindful Living. In today's video, I wanted to take you guys behind the scenes and show you exactly how I plan out my 2022 container garden. So let's go ahead and get started. If you guys are new here, I've been growing on my balcony for the past 2 years, and this will be my third container garden. I grow anywhere from 20 to 30 plants in only 84 square feet. And I really do believe that you don't need tons of space, you can maximize a small space and grow tons of fruits and veggies. Okay, so I'm just going to give you guys a little virtual tour of how exactly I'm going to plan out my 2022 container garden. I've already started a bunch of my seeds indoors and they are currently growing under my grow light. If you guys want more information on how to start your seeds and how exactly I care for my seeds indoors, make sure to check out on my channel my video from last year planning my 2021 container garden, as I go into a lot more detail on how I care for my seeds in that video. I am going to be adding a few new additions into my garden this year, and I'll be showing you guys that throughout the virtual tour. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the dimensions of my balcony and the space that I am working with is 13 feet by 6.5 feet. So this equals to 84 square feet. So it's not a lot of space, but I have definitely found a lot of different creative ways to utilize the small space that I have and pack as much as 25 to 30 plants into this area. So I do have 2 chairs, a table, and a barbecue on my balcony. These items never move, and I'm gonna get started on the plants here. So the first plant here is a zucchini plant, and it'll be my first time having this in my garden. So make sure to stay tuned on my channel, as I will be giving tons of updates around that. Next to it there, I have a tomato plant. I always grow tomatoes on my balcony. They're one of my favorite to grow. I like to grow multiple tomatoes in my small space. Next to that there, I have a blackberry bush. So I did introduce this into the garden last year, and I overwintered it, and this will be my second season with my blackberry. Next to it, I have my second tomato plant. I always like to do more than one tomato plant, as I really do enjoy eating tons of tomatoes throughout the summer. Beside it there, I have a dwarf variety of sugar peas, a dwarf variety of cherry tomato, and then in front of these plants, I am going to be layering a few more plants this year, because I do think I can squeeze a few more in there. So in front of my other plants, I'm going to be adding in carrots, green beans, and a pepper plant. And I just wanted to mention here that this area of my garden receives full sun, so that means 6 to 8 hours or more a day. So I make sure to place my plants that thrive in full sun in this area. Okay, so next to those plants, I do have this wooden rack that I purchased last year off of Amazon. This can hold up to 7 plants and definitely makes use of my vertical space, as I can kind of layer my plants going upwards. Okay, so at the bottom here, I am going to be growing peppermint. From there, above it, I have a sweet banana pepper that I'll be growing, along with my chives from last year. Another banana pepper in the middle. This will be a hot banana pepper. On the top there, I'll be growing green onions. On the side, another pepper plant. I will be doing 2 bell peppers this year. And at the bottom, I'll be doing some rainbow Swiss chard. Okay, so next to that rack there, I am growing a bush cucumber, and this is a more compact variety that I'm growing this year. It's going to be different than my previous years. Next to it, I am trying out leeks for the first time, so this will be my first time growing leeks in containers, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Followed by turnips, and I have grown this many times before. The variety I'm growing will be a purple top white globe turnip. Okay, so now we're moving to the area of my balcony that gets partial shade. So this is anywhere from 2 to 4 hours of sunlight, and this area gets only morning sunlight. So it's not going to be very intense. It's not going to be like your afternoon sunlight. So that makes it perfect to grow tons of different greens. I'll be growing bok choy. Next to it there, I do have a rack which I use to grow all of my greens, and I'll show you guys a close-up of that in 1 second. And in front of my greens rack, I will be growing a container of beets as well. Okay, so at the top of the rack, I will be growing lettuce. and kale. Although kale can tolerate partial sun, I definitely like to keep mine in a more shaded spot, simply because of how hot and humid it can get into the summer months in my area. On the second shelf here, I will be growing arugula and spinach. Both of these do really well in a container, and on the bottom rack, I will be growing mustard greens and a second Swiss chard plant as well. Just showing you guys here my rack from last year, and as you can see, I pack it with all the greens that I possibly can, and I can't wait to add even more this year. Okay, and there on the side, I will be showing you guys the last things I am growing in my container garden, which is my hanging basket. I do have 2 strawberry hanging baskets on the side here which receive full sun. You guys can see that with the yellow arrows on the screen there. And then my other hanging basket contains a bunch of different herbs, and I will be growing anything from basil to parsley to dill, rosemary, oregano, and more. Okay, and that is all the plants I will be growing in my 2022 container garden. Make sure to stay tuned on my channel, as I will be updating you guys throughout the spring and summer. If you guys enjoyed this video today, make sure to give it a like, leave me a comment down below. I love connecting with you guys in the comments, and of course, hit that red subscribe button. It really does help to support me and my channel. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next one.